calling all Christians who really want to share the good news of Jesus with others, but struggle because you feel intimidated or simply don't know how. Well, now you don't have to sit on the sidelines. You can participate in the mission of God, and Multiply can help. Multiply offers online training to teach you how to share Jesus in your own community. It's easier than you think. To learn more, go to multiply.org. That's multiply with an I.org. Multiply with an I.org.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to keep you moving. With a full range of services from oil changes and tire rotations to filters, wipers, and more, we've got what your car needs right when you need it, so you're ready for whatever's next. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care? That's a job for Jiffy.
Yo, welcome to the bar. Come on and pull up a seat and open up your Bible. What a wonderful feast. The living bread, and we're discussing what it means for the streets, the inner cities and the burbs, and every person we meet. This is where we challenge worldviews that we hear from world news. In light of the scripture, we are here to serve you. We're your source for resources to help you on your way as you battle mean forces. This is for the people who can see the importance of sound theology and the scripture that support it. And this is for the truth lovers, biblically reforming, preaching Christ to the nations. Yeah, welcome to the modern Reformation. Yeah,
The B.A.R, Biblical and Reformed. Welcome everybody back to the bar. It's your boy Dawain in the building, right back in here another Tuesday. Super excited as always, be coming through your speakers, through your earbuds, wherever you listen to the bar. We're grateful that you're listening. And I'd love to start the show the same way, man. Thanking the listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in to the bar, listening to the bar, rocking with the bar, man. I'm super excited. So today's a little different. I wonder, so last week, let's back up. Last week was kind of an experiment. I did not release an episode last week. And I received a message from one person out of the average of 2,000 people that listen, messaged me, my friend Maceo, looking for the B.A.R podcast. And really what happened is, what I'm going to talk about today is transitioning that I'm making career-wise, and how I wasn't able to make it happen. And even right now, like I don't have technically a regular episode for you guys. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to get back on it. But what's going to really help me, and I'm hoping that I can put this out here and somebody shoot me a message or a call or inbox. I'll put my email, all of that. But let's start with what I need in order to continue to do this right now. Let's start there. So the reason why I wasn't able to have an episode for you guys last week is because, like I said, with a new career change, which I'm going to talk about that later. But what I need is someone willing to volunteer, because I ain't got no money, to edit my episodes, man. It's super easy. It's just my time is really dwindling down on things that I can do and focus on. And so if you have experience in that and you're willing to sacrifice some time to help me out in that aspect, send me an email at the B.A.R podcast, the number 21 at gmail.com. That's the B.A.R podcast, the number 21 at gmail.com. You don't have to be a seasoned vet or super dope expert. I like my audio footage kind of raw. So it wouldn't be a lot of like editing. It's more or less taking the audio, putting the intro, dropping the commercial, putting the outro. I mean, that's pretty much all I do. And that's all I would ask you to do. If you want to get fancy, it's up to you. But it is volunteer based. So if you're interested, give me an email, the B.A.R podcast, the number 21 at gmail.com. And hit me up. Let me know if that's something you would like to do. It would be a great help to me. And I can just, schedule some interviews and get it all knocked out, get you the audio file, you get it cleaned up, and back to me, and then I'll publish it. I won't even. That's all you have to do. I'll do all the publishing, all of that. Unless you want to do the publishing too, that's a whole different thing. But that would be like a huge help. Like I would be able to really enjoy doing this again, because for about 6 months I had someone doing it, man. Shout out to my man Justin. He was doing a phenomenal job and made it just so easy to operate, man, with him knocking it out. I would knock out a batch of episodes and he'll take his time and get them done, and we'll move them from folder to folder. And it just worked, man. It just worked. And, he had to go back in office post-COVID. And so that limited his time. Also, he had a baby as well. So that limited time he could give me, which I totally understand. No love lost, mad love for him. But that changed the dynamic. When that happened, that seriously changed the dynamic and how I approach the show and frequency and all of that. Like it really threw a curveball in. But by God's grace, we're here, man. And that's why the episode of me kind of second guessing and trying to figure this thing out is because I couldn't, in my mind, it just didn't make sense. Like, how am I going to keep this going? So if you're interested, please reach out. I've had a lot of people encourage me after that episode. I have a shout out to Arlena from Ordinary People podcast. She's on the network. Also shout out to Nicholas. They both reached out with super encouragement, man. Just like, we know how you feel, but a lot of people benefit from this podcast, and I'm just humbled by that, and that definitely lit a fire in me to keep pushing on. Then I had someone reach out, offer to purchase this channel, and that's super tempting as well. But I don't know. We'll figure this thing out, man. But if I could get somebody to do my audio, that would be a game changer, and I can push on just a little bit longer. Or what I'm also just realizing is sometimes things come to an end. As much as we don't want to think about it, as much as we want stuff to go forever, there comes a time where things do come to an end, and we have to make sure we find out that time frame. I remember, I can't remember who said it, but it was saying like, Jordan could have ended it with that shot in Utah, that last shot that could have been the signature to his career. But he came back, he didn't end it when he was supposed to end it. He came back as 45 and then went to the Wizards and came back again. Well, no, he didn't come back. Well, he came back at 45 with number 45 and switched to 23. That's when he won. That's the shot. But then he came back, and got that time with the Wizards, which was kind of whack. So, we just have to come to a realization that stuff do come to an end, and you just have to figure it out, man. So anyway, what I want to tell you about is kind of a testimonial, for me in my career. Many of you know this already. It's because we're friends on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. But I have a new job as a communications director for E2M Fitness, which I mentioned on the episode where I was kind of coming on talking about E2M Fitness. And so I am now employed by them. And let me kind of tell you a little backstory about this. So I started the fitness podcast, the B.A.R Fitness Podcast, because of E2M Fitness, and just kind of document my journey. And I would also interview E2M folks. And the owner Jeff reached out, was like, "Hey man, put together a pitch for me and my leadership of a podcast, E2M podcast." And so I not only put together a pitch for not just a podcast, but a podcast network. Because in my mind, I was like, man, all of these coaches, they all have personalities and they could all have their own show technically, So I was like, I'm going to pitch a podcast network or a media network. And then I'm going to pitch me as a full-time employee, just throwing it out there. I didn't know. And so I consulted with really good friends, man. Shout out to Virgil, Daryl Harrison. They helped me on my pitch. Also, shout out to Dear Woke Christian Jason. It's a lot of people. I got a lot of good friends around me, and I reached out to them for feedback. What's up, bar folks? It's your boy Dawain, and many of you know I've taken my healthcare serious as of late. I've gotten older, and my healthcare has become more of a concern. I needed to find something that would fit my budget, but it also was important that I found a solution that had integrity and compassion. Through Christian Healthcare Ministries, I found all of that and more. Not only is CHM a budget-friendly health care cost solution, but is also faith-based. Through CHM, both my health care and my spiritual needs have been met. How does it work? CHM is a health cost-sharing ministry that enables Christians to carry each other's medical bill and lift each other up in prayer. Since 1982, they've successfully satisfied billions in eligible medical bills for hundreds of thousands of Christians. Could you or someone you know benefit from joining CHM? Check us out today. Visit chministries.org/podcast to learn more.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with Peak Long Life Universal Pre-Mixed Antifreeze and Coolant. Now just $3.99 after mail-in rebate. Limits apply. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly
Auto Parts. On the pitch and had my meeting and pitched the podcast, pitched the position, and you know, they said they were gonna think about it. And during one of his Facebook lives, he was like, "Hey, Dawain, man, we're gonna move forward," you know. And I'm like, "Okay, move forward with what? What part?" You know, I pitched two things. Are you talking about me, a full-time employee, or what are you talking about? Anyway, finally come back, and I said, "Yeah, we're gonna move forward with everything." Think about what, you know, you want your base salary to be. And so then I consulted friends again. Big shout out to Virgil. Virgil really helped me with this. I'm not good at that kind of thing, finding, I guess you could say, my value. But Virgil helped me crunch numbers and come up with a good base salary that would give myself a raise from my regular job, as well as, you know, just decent salary. And so as this is going on, I'm thinking like, man, how am I going to give this job that I love? Like, I enjoy working for the trucking company. I worked for them for 2 years. So how am I gonna give them a 2 weeks notice, man? Like I want to do it right. You know, I give them a month's notice if necessary, you know? And the great thing about it is with E2M, Jeff, the founder, the owner, had been building this business while being a full-time, you know, enlisted soldier. So he understands the hustle of, you know, working a regular job and doing this business on the side. So he had no issue with me doing both. And so I got him my number. He said, yeah, to my number. I was super excited. And then he said, then, you know, I also mentioned, because I wanted to let him know that I was all the way in, man. I was like, hey, let's talk about a bonus structure. Let's talk about, you know, revenue, things like that. And he's like, okay, bet. Let's talk about it on Wednesday. And so Wednesday morning came, and I got my idea of my bonus structure and everything. And my regular job called. And they said, hey, Dawain, effective immediately, we no longer have a need for remote recruiters. So I got laid off that Wednesday morning. They said, now, you know, I was shocked, upset, you know, just couldn't believe it, you know. And it was like, yeah, and I was like, hey, you know, is this performance or what's going on? It's like, no, we're just going in a different direction. And we want recruiters in-house and in this area, so we can be more involved in the community and things like that, you know. And I was like, wow, like, you know, it just caught me off guard. And it just happened to be the same day that I had my final, you know, meeting with Jeff. And so they laid me off and paid me 2 weeks severance. And by God's grace, man, I reached, me and Jeff, we had our meeting and it went good. And, everything I asked for, he was super accommodating. We worked things out with that. And he was like, hey, bro, like, I don't want this to be a conflict of interest or whatever. I want to make sure that you're not overstretched between the two jobs. And I was like, hey, bro, the second job, the main job ain't here no more, and I explained that to him. And he was like, okay, well, let's expedite this thing and get you on. So, yeah, man, God is truly sovereign. I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. Not knowing what my company was going to do. I was in total shock, no warning, no nothing. But God saw fit to have this in place where not only did I not miss a check, I pretty much made my new salary, which gave myself a raise. In this job, I get to make their podcast, create their podcast, create YouTube content, manage the Facebook page, do some event planning, get to travel to the event. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity to be a part, and I'm blown away, and I'm humbled, man, that God would see fit for me to do something that I love, because it was no secret how much I enjoyed the program, how much it changed my life, and how many people I've gotten signed on, and how much I talk about it already. So now when you see me post about it, because I've been posting about it the whole time, now it's part of the work. I'm invested. So if you're interested in signing up for E2M, I'm invested now, man. It's part of my livelihood. I will definitely help you get in and change your life and lose weight. But yeah, so that happened, and so that happened in the last 3-4 weeks, and it's just been a whirlwind, just learning. In like any position, you got to go through onboarding and learning and all of that. So that's what I experienced, man, and that's my testimony, how God just kept my family, man, and just kept us, in the midst of this transition, not miss one paycheck. Like literally, got laid off, got paid that same Friday, got my severance and regular pay. Like just amazing, man. So I just want to come on, man, and give God glory for that and praise, because it's been an amazing ride, amazing journey, and I'm just getting started, man. And if I can get somebody to edit my podcast, man, I promise I'll jump right back in this thing, man. But nevertheless, thank you guys for your support, your love. No matter the future of this podcast, the network will continue. I built it in a structure, so no matter what happens with this podcast, the network will continue, and I still will support and provide good quality content, through the network. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Maybe I'll have a show recorded by next week. We'll see. If not, I'll come on and talk to y'all again. If you liked it, let me know. And if you want to edit my shows, let me know that as well. All right, y'all. God bless y'all, man. Thank you so much. And we'll holler. Peace out. God bless.
When you shop at a Walmart Vision Center, you get it. You know that you'll spend a little less on stylish glasses for the whole family.
Welcome to the Vision Center. Let me know if you need help finding the perfect frames.
Hey, Mom, you were right. These glasses are cool.
Hon, they take our insurance. That means Papa's getting a new pair, too.
Whoa, glasses start at just $39. Next stop, groceries.
So you can get a little more of what you need. Find a Vision Center near you. Save money, live better. Walmart.